Okay, here's a binary system that anybody can trade if they have a MetaTrader platform. If you go into the indicator called Heiken or Heiken, I don't know. Let's not screw that up, right? And you look at the this 2004 version of MetaTrader 4. If you look in the colors here, they're probably red and blue or something. But I changed these to black and white. This is the down. This first one is the down body and the down wick, and then the white is the up body, up wick. But I've just taken the wick out by fattening up the width here from this is typically a 1, and I made it a 2. So that's what gives me this really hard switch in here, where there's no wick to it. So it's completely strictly binary. You don't, except for the fact that I put on the chart, I put a 1 period moving average, which is give you indication of structure. So at least you'd know where to place your orders for the market makers when they come in. And they come in like here, for instance, there's a bounce back to the round handle again. This is 100 pips. So we're looking for this thing to retrace, but there's always a chance to get aboard because this is going to happen over and over. Like if you thought you know, people want to buy the retrace, right? But you only got about a few pips here. You got to get the hell out. This is the 30-minute chart, so this is pretty active trading style. Here, if you drew a line on this top, I couldn't get this, probably should fatten up this close here on this moving average. Can't really see it on the screen. So I'm going to go for like Psycho Fat. This is as fat as it goes. Dodger Blue seems to be the only thing I can get to show up on both the black and white contrast-wise here. But if you look at the entries here, you have to break out the horizontal tool and just grab literally the double top, double bottom. Now, people talk about double tops and double bottoms, but they've always got those nasty wicks in the way. We don't care about the market makers. In fact, that's our entry. So you want to get in there. This is 10 pips above the round. I mean, the spread, right? You got to take that into consideration. This is a fixed pip broker of 3. So this guy runs. We're about, I don't have the 10 pip handles on here, but we're starting to march. Okay, so now we're making another lunge north there. Now here's another system I'm running. It's layered. This is 2 Akinashi, smooth and layered on top with kind of a volatility window ghost running behind it. So it's slightly more fancy, but it's the same idea. You can see here the same issue with the of course this has got a little higher definition because this is a 5 decimal broker, so you get a little more contour to your charts. But it never hurts to have a broker that's running 4 digits in this crude style. Even fixed pip broker, they had to slam it down to here. You probably didn't even get that price on the 30-minute on this broker because, well, I guess you did. See, now that was a classic. If you look at this, I really have to zoom in because I did beat the hell out of this thing. But if you had pendings here at the borderline, your risk-to-reward ratios are psychotic, right? You can't hardly see that. See this top, this pivot here, this top became a bottom for a little rally, but it became the revisit in terms of price over time. Now, if you're running quad screen like this is like a quad screen, you can have this as the 5:15, the half hour, the 1 hour, right? So you're taking into this would be a scalper's setup here where you're just looking to make money on these market maker comebacks. So I think we're going up, but I think we could come back. So I threw in this big bank of orders that last 15 minutes here. And now here I could put in some orders that last. This is an hour, and this would be 2 hours. So if in 2 hours we can actually go lower than we are now, I want to get in. It's as simple as that. It's pretty crude, but it works. Now, you're going to enter on stops and you're going to enter on limits. So that's if you're really bullish, then you have to wait for the. And you can always go the 1 minute, but then you're going to have to make this 5 because you want to be able to look in the rearview mirror. You want to be able to look back at least. So this would be the half hour 15. So the scalpers, they're already sold this. They're short right now, right? So if you're going to wait another half hour to get filled on this order bank, you got to wait for these 1 minute guys to rip it back off this double top. They think that's a double top, right? Now, the 1 minute chart guys have the biggest advantage in the world, but they're thinking, you have to still think about, you could come slamming back to here, and do you want to get in on that? So this is what would look like to get in on that. This is a half hour order bank. It's a grid capture zone. Okay, I'm just going to buy at the market because I don't think we're coming back. And now I'll put a really tight, nearly buy at the market. It literally buys like, I mean, this last order here is like 13 pips or something, or 21 pips deep, and this is 2. This is like, I mean, it's so tight. But this looks like maybe the last. Okay, now here, looks like crap here. You look like you're chasing it on the half hour, so you really have to go to the, at this time of day, got to be running the 5. You know, you got to go to the 13. So you got to be, but you can always have the rear view mirror here. I mean, if you really, you know, you're looking at the weekly, it's just mind blowing. I mean, of course, we just finally turned, we finally got a fractal here, so we'd have to say this is a very big deal. And I'm just thinking, you know, this thing's got to go down another 15 pips for in the next. To get on this train, we got to come back to this top on the 15. So you still got to wait. So now I'm thinking, let's put some orders in down there, and I'm gonna start buying. In 15 minutes, I'm gonna buy just a few pips deep here. Okay, but maybe not, right? So what's the other answer? Put in buy stops. Now these are the, I just hate a buy stop with a passion because you're just getting the worst price. Like when they come down into this, man, it's like the premiumest trade because you're getting in where the market makers are stopping everybody out. At least the short-term guys, you know. So I'll painfully put a buy stop in. This is as tight as this broker will let me go, which is three pips above current ask. And then I'll buy one at the market because otherwise I'm never going to get. And then I'll just put in another iceberg. Now that's a 1 hour, but that's just 2 orders. You know, it's kind of conservative. And here's 2 more. And this one actually goes to 3 hours. So you can set it, forget it on this broker, walk away. And if they do slam it down there and pull one of these shenanigans here where you get these 3 spikes, man. This one that came back to the round, it's just unbelievable. This is just a binary system. You don't have to sweat it. You know, you're hitting the buy stop key here with some buy limits also. And buy at the market, I guess, if you want, if you're brave enough, right? Well, if you don't, if the market's going to tell you what the best price is, that means if it does come down another 5, 10, 15 pips, you could put a 1 pip grid in you could buy a 1K spread over. I don't know why people are buying these one positions. If I see another guy do a video where he's like, yeah, this is where I enter, this is where I exit, when manage a trade, I move my stops, break even. I'm like, you're in one position. What are you, out of your mind? Why don't you just pepper this damn thing? What are you doing, man? Right? I'm just like, in other words, if you had a buy limit here, and you had a buy limit at this top, this baby top back here, you're like, I'll take it all. This one didn't get filled. See, why would you want to sit there and think to yourself, oh man, I got to be like right? So now at this point, buy stops are here, right? Bunch of buy stops here because you can always come back to that. But it's a binary system. I mean, this is stupid. It changes black and white here. You know, there's no chance to get in. If you didn't get in on this, any black bars, in other words, this is white. You're looking for any black bars here. This is black. You're looking for that first sell, the first white you see. But this is not a sell I would want to take. Unless I was going to put my stop 300 pips above. Well, I just can't imagine putting your... In other words, if you're selling on this weekly, I mean, I guess people are trading like this, apparently. I don't know who didn't make money during all this. Like, you really couldn't get to your terminal for a week? Yeah, say I'm short with the stop here. When it moves to break even, I'm going to... Okay, well, I guess, you know, come back in a few months. But for the moment, today looks like coming back to this. So I'm looking for this guy to come into a nest of orders that now this is a 15-minute order, and here's a half hour. So it's way out there. And you may not get filled. These might expire before by the time the market comes slamming back into this. Okay, so the 1-minute traders are having their way with it, and we're still waiting for them to run this down, back it up to a reasonable price. Bottom of the hour's coming. So hopefully I'll get filled on this order bank here, and I can pick up more because, yeah, we're marching north, but I mean, it's one step forward, 2 steps back, the old tired cliche. And of course, in the world of trading, you're just waiting to get filled, I guess, or waiting to get stopped out, or waiting for the market to move in your favor. But yeah, we just have to be in here light for the moment, and then we'll get in heavy if need be. Of course, we'll let them determine that. Okay, I think the 1-minute traders are like, you know what, it's not working out. No, I mean, I just think that we all know that potential retrace, or in pure auction theory, which is really what everybody should trade if they want to make just insane money, is that, for instance, up here is an auction, a failed auction, take out that high and on close here, but even after that, the next period that came by, and it was only 30 minutes, wow, fill on that black thing. Wow, that's your entry. Anytime you see this black stuff poking out of the major trend like that, wow, it's time to just unless you're babysitting the market, but you don't have to necessarily, because you can always place pendings at key levels and walk away. Now here's the 1 hour, a lot less pain and grief on this. Here's a top, internal top that became a double bottom. And yeah, it's a little sloppy. If you take this, though, this is a perfect double bottom. Here's another. This is a ripe zone to get in. I don't even know why. Like, if you missed it here, I mean, like I say, you just have to turn into a scalper to jump on the train here. Now the 1-minute guys are like, okay, here's the blue forming. This is the first buy signal on the 5. And anyways, and here, look, here's a 15 starting to tag along. So maybe we go up for another 20, 15 pips here, and then have to sell the whole thing and dump, and then reload the gun here, and hopefully we'll get some more of these market maker spike-oramas like this stuff here, where it's just, you know, juicy as the day is long. This top slams back, you know, wow, what an entry. You know, beautiful stuff if you're there, if you're placing those orders out there.